Hi guys and welcome back to Pass and Move. For today's episode we are back in the Lively Liverpool series with a game against Leicester. Away from home, the former champions. Very interesting game to show. But of course it's the 30th of September, so there's a lot of games to show you and a lot of things to catch you up on as well. So as you can tell from the table, we're 4th in the table. 14 points to Manchester City's 19. Bournemouth are doing really well in the early stages, but also unbeaten, so it's good to see. But yeah, we have an opportunity to climb up the table again today. Everyone else has sort of played their games, the ones that matter at least. If we win today, 17 points sends us up back to second and helps us close the gap to Manchester City, and suddenly we could be in with a shout for a title challenge ourselves. So in terms of what happened, we can quickly just show you some transfer history, because we didn't, I think the last episode we showed you was just before the transfer window, so there's been some outs, no real ins. We still do have Vidal, Barton, Wallace, but in terms of outs, it's sort of gone up. We managed to get rid of Danny Ings as well as Ragnar Klavan. Now I know Ings made sort of a case to be kept at Liverpool, but the truth is 25 years of age, just a good player for most Premier League sides. It makes sense to keep him, and we also had an abundance in numbers in terms of the striker role, so he wasn't needed and we quickly moved him on, made some decent money, decent profit, and Klavan of course moved to Inter for 11 million. So in terms of the ins and outs, the overall money we spent was 53, and the total that we sold were 53 as well, so we did quite a decent job, not necessarily losing too much money, and I'm sure the board will be happy with that. So finances are okay, projections read all good as well, and in terms of the money the board have given us, I've moved it all the way to the wage budget just to keep the board happy. They'll definitely invest in the squad some more, but if I needed to spend, I do have about 50 million if I wanted to. I could go obviously all the way and spend some more in 80 million. But for now we don't need that money, so we're just keeping it as is and hope that the board do invest. We also managed to get the board to improve the training facilities, youth facilities, and I think we also managed to sort out the youth recruitment and the junior budget coaching, or junior coaching budget, sorry. So yeah, it's all good news. I mean, the board are on board to do anything for the squad, and that's good to see, and it's helped us have a great start so far to our season. So we showed you the game against Manchester United. After that we said that we want to show you one of the games in September, so we played quite a few against Club Brugge. We drew away from home in the Champions Cup best place playoff, but at home we took care of business and managed to beat them convincingly. Tottenham was a 1-1 draw, I guess a bit of a respectable one. Salah scoring in the 79th, unfortunately we couldn't hold up with Victor Wanyama scoring for his team in the 87th minute to sort of just steal a point from us, I suppose. Against Arsenal though, a nice 3-1 win away from home as well. The good news for us was that Granit Xhaka and Francis Coquelin both getting sent off for Arsenal, and that made things much easier for us, with Sturridge scoring a brace and Barton managing to get a goal in the 74th minute to just sort of solidify things for us. Against Burnley, 4-2 win. We don't seem to be too great defensively in truth, but I suppose it's a bit more got to do with how attacking we are. But a win is a win, and that's all that matters. Mane with the hat-trick and Salah on the score sheet as well. Chris Wood and Goodmanson there for Burnley as well. Against Besiktas, we managed to score and get a very convincing result with the 4-0. Salah, Mane and Sturridge all on the score sheet with Besiktas unable to reply. The same can be said against Swansea, couldn't score against us. Mane opened it in the beginning of 13 minutes and we just had to hold on for the rest of the game. Chelsea faced them in the Carabao Cup, managed to beat them convincingly as well, 4-0. Mane, Sturridge with a brace, and Zappacosta managing to help us there. But the truth is, Chelsea did play a somewhat weakened side, but not that weakened. They had Fabregas and the likes of them as well, so it wasn't as weak as you'd expect, and we did quite a decent job. West Ham, another back-to-back 4-0 win. Salah with the hat-trick himself this time, and Sturridge managing to get on the score sheet as well in the 16th minute. Obviously helped that Chico Kouyaté managed to get himself sent off within 2 minutes, and we sort of just cruised to victory. Atletico Madrid were tougher opposition than we thought. Away from home though, you can kind of be okay with the loss. But yeah, it is in the Champions League. Carrasco, Gamero and Griezmann all managing to score for ourselves. Sturridge and Milner in the opening 10 minutes, in the last 10 minutes of the game as well. But obviously a bit disappointing. But in terms of our Champions League group, we'll show you the teams, but I'm sure you must have noticed. This is how it looks. Atletico Madrid, ourselves, Bayern and Besiktas. So it's a tough group to be in. But if we continue performing as we are and hope that Bayern continue disappointing, then we may just stand a chance. We will have to obviously try and get at least draws against Madrid and Bayern away from home, and then try beating them at home. Madrid we managed to lose, but hopefully if we beat Besiktas and somehow sneak a result past Bayern, we might be okay. But I think we are definitely the Champions League group of death. So if we get through this group, that'd be good. The board expectations are the quarterfinals, so we do have to try and perform as good as ever. In the League Cup, we beat Chelsea and managed to get an even, well, not even tougher draw, but another tough draw against City as well. So if we do beat them, that might actually set us up well for the Carabao Cup, because it's just Manchester United who might be the tougher ones. Everyone else is sort of already gone out. Arsenal lost to Stoke too. But yeah, so far so good in terms of the season. We've made a couple of tactical tweaks, I suppose. We've added some other formations too. We've added the 4-2-3-1 with 2 DMs in case we need to be a bit more smart with our play and be a bit more defensive. We've also gone with a 4-4-1-1 in case we want to still be attacking but a bit conservative at the same time. But most times we'll be playing with this formation. We've also made a couple of tweaks. We've lowered the tempo to normal, lowered the width as well. The mentality of control and team shape of fluid already helps us play at a somewhat higher tempo and somewhat more width. I mean, if you just go into contain, you can see how the width drops. So yeah, it just kind of made sense to let these things sort of just do their normal roles. Keep the shorter passing. We've just added prevent short goalkeeper distribution to help with us closing down. We're also getting stuck in offside traps, slow to higher lines, same as is. Work ball into the box and run at defense is standard. And I think what's helping us really outscore our opponents lately is being more expressive, and roaming from positions has certainly helped us too. So that's kind of it, and that's all, I suppose. I think we can get into today's game. Bit of a striker crisis. Daniel Sturridge having an incredible season so far, in truth. 10 starts, 9 goals, 1 assist, and scoring for 1 penalty. He's had a great start to the side, but of course him getting injured again is just a whole issue with him about his main problems with injuries. He's susceptible to injuries. Roberto Firmino is slowly coming back from his own injury, and I think we may have to consider moving Daniel Sturridge on if he keeps missing out games because of his injuries. But we'll see how it is. Well, he's not our main striker anyway, so we don't have to worry too much. But the problem is that today we're missing a striker. We could force Sturridge to play, but we don't want to aggravate the injury, so we'll try and squeeze someone else in there. Maybe we could play Salah there, but he's not a complete forward on support, so it's a bit of an issue. Let's have a quick look at Sadio Mane. Can you be a complete forward? Somewhat. No jumping reach, no concentration, and no heading. But everything else is okay. I think we can get away with it. Just try and not play any high balls to him. Salah will probably be worse in a complete forward support role, to be honest. He could go into the false 9, but not so much. Strength, jumping reach, and heading. So I think pretty much the same thing. Let's move. Let's play Coutinho. So we'll move Mane up. Play Coutinho on the left wing. Coutinho's actually not playing today because of just how good Mane has been in the left wing position, so he's been incredible as an inside forward. Obviously he has a bit of a preference to play on the right hand side, I think, on the right flank, but as a winger, if he's cutting inside from both wings, it just doesn't make sense because he's not really being a winger. As an inside forward, he is very comfortable as well. He does have the vision, passing, finishing and whatnot, and decision making, so he's perfectly good as an inside forward. And since he's got that player trait, might as well work towards it and help him play as an inside forward instead. He's been doing that role really well for us so far. Just to give you an idea, he's had 7 starts, 7 goals, 3 assists, 4 appearances off the bench as well, but you can kind of only really judge a player on starts, so he's done really well, averaging a goal a game, and Liverpool's attacking talent is clearly on show. We can talk more about who's starting in just a second. Let's let the players warm up and hope that we grab another 3 points away from home and seriously put some pressure on City, who themselves are unbeaten this season. We had a really great start, to be honest. We haven't been beaten at all, got through some tough fixtures. Manchester United we drew with, Tottenham we drew with, Arsenal we beat, and then we managed to sort of just go on a winning run. And really it's just about consistency. We were unbeaten until we faced Atletico Madrid, but in the league we still are unbeaten. We're hoping to extend that. So they're going with a 4-1-4-1, sort of trying to counteract our 4-2-3-1, playing a bit defensive, I suppose. Vardy up front. We'll have to keep an eye on him. He's pacey, and with our high line he can expose us. We've gone with Simon Mignolet, Flanagan, apparently highest average rating. He's actually doing alright, not too bad. Vidal, even though we've loaned him in, hasn't been performing too well for us. Barton, Wallace, our centre-back pairing. Matip complained about game time recently, but the truth is Wallace has just done so well since coming in. Moreno, the same with him. Players who aren't necessarily supposed to be our first choice are being overtaken by backup players who are just performing better than them in terms of form. Same can be said with Jorginho overtaking Henderson. Emre Can has always been our ball-winning midfielder. Coutinho, Marco, Salah and Mane are going to make up our front four. Already discussed the striker department, and Marco of course just taking on until Lallana returns from injury. In terms of his form, he hasn't been that great. Average rating reads 7.03, but past 5 games reads less than a 7 average rating sort of thing. But yeah, that's kind of it, I suppose. We can get into it. I think there's a bit of a tactical tweak that I didn't mention. I'm playing 2 midfielders on defend duties. I feel like it's helped us in terms of trying to stop conceding goals, other than Atletico Madrid of course. We seem to be a bit more defensively secure, and since we're playing such an attacking formation, it makes sense to have these 2 cover for the attacking fullbacks and help the front 4 sort of just do their damage. So that's kind of it. I think we can go ahead with the team talk, sort of keep the run going kind of team talk. Apparently someone switched off Mark Barter, but let's hope this sorts it out and players are looking ready for the match ahead. Not the best reaction, but it's good enough. Quickly set replays as well and goals, and I think we're ready to go. Alright then, so can we grab an away win in a match? The reason why I actually showed you this match as well is because Manchester City faced off against Chelsea. They played just before our game. Oof, that was really close. And they drew with each other, so it helped us close the gap. That actually City were about 5 points away from us. So this round of the Premier League fixture is actually going to be really important. Thankfully they drew their game. If they lost, it would have been a bit better for us, but they drew theirs, and if we can grab a win, we can close that gap even further. But yeah, so far not looking too great, not too many highlights. We're gonna have to step it up, I think. Finally there's something, and we might have to consider pushing Chan back up into the bowling midfielder but support role instead of defend, because I don't think we're creating too much without him. Vardy's through, like we mentioned. We have to worry about his pace, and no one can really keep up with him, but he's by himself, so Simon Mignolet can pick that up quite easily. But we do have to keep an eye on Vardy. Thankfully he's having a bit of a quiet game. May have to go into attacking mentality, or we might even need a bit of a formation switch to help us, because right now Leicester are dominating, and if we can head into half time for me to just tell my players off. We're away from home, so I can't be too strict with them, but I don't think we've done anything impressive. Maybe they're still feeling the blues of having lost against Atletico Madrid in the past game. I don't want to see us quickly spiral into a sort of losing streak. It's not helpful that Barter is also complacent already, even though we're not winning. So it's a bit unusual. I think we're favourites, so maybe I'll just tell them off anyways. And let's see whether that can spark a bit of a better turn. I think, you know what I'll do? Let's go with that. I will change Mane for Salah. And is Mane 2-footed? I can't remember. Let me have a quick look after this. We are edging possession though, so that's good to see. But in terms of click-up chances, we haven't created any. We have a half chance to our name. Let's go into attack and see if that helps. Hopefully we're not caught out on the counter, because there's a tendency that happens when you do go into attack. Your team, the opposition team, plays on the counter. Obviously, Leicester's formation helps them counter quite easily too. Seems like they're going a bit attacking themselves. Anyways, Gray's through for his team and Vardy's free. We're almost conceded. Okay, yep, we have conceded within 30 minutes after half time. And that's a credit to my players. Incredible defending, sort of just left him to run into the box. Vardy completely free to jump on the rebound as well. We're going to get another opportunity here. Look at that. Amati's tackled unfairly. Apparently it's a firm challenge but fair. Anyways, they play on, and whoever's here, I think it's John Flanagan, sort of just leaves Gray because he's confused whether it's a foul or not. This player comes across Barter, which means that Vardy's completely free. He should have Wallace on him, but Wallace sort of just, he heads even though he's not even there, and Vardy's again there to pick up the pieces, and Wallace's reaction is not good enough. Simon does well enough initially. It's a bit unfortunate that sort of bounces back to Vardy, but he did need his defenders to help there, and I think Leicester are getting away here because of our lack of a striker. That is not good news. Alright, let's make some tactical changes then. Let's play Chan as a ball-winning midfielder on support instead. Might have to push up Jorginho as well, but I'll save that for now. And we can make some quick substitutions as well, I think. Salah not having a good game at all. So let's bring on Sturridge is a bit fitter and also in better form. Mane's not having best of game, there's Coutinho. I think I'll trust them for now. Jorginho. Alright boys, wake up a bit. Our shots ratios increased. We seem to be sort of getting back into the game having played on attacking. There's an immediate highlight to the reaction of our substitution and our tactical tweak. So which one is it? Is it going to be in our favour or theirs? Wallace does pick up the ball though. Finds Chan, who's on a support role now, and Marco can find Sturridge. Coming off the bench, finds Mane really well. Can he finish? Yes, he can, and we're back in the game now. It's 1-1. Can we turn this game around entirely? And that's what happens when you actually have a proper, complete forward doing their role, because obviously Salah and Mane, they're okay, but I guess the strength side sort of caught them off guard. I should have, in truth, played them in a different role. I was hoping they could get away with the lack of strength. It's good to see Sturridge back and involved with the goals immediately, though. Hopefully his knock doesn't turn into something serious because, you know, we're trying to keep him fit and firing. Now, though, it's an assist and a really good one. Thought Mane might have been a bit offside, but we'll take it. Can we get a second and then quickly shut up shop against this dangerous Leicester side? Mark, stupid ball into the box, but Coutinho can pick up the pieces. What can this playmaker do? Playing as an inside forward, bear in mind. And apparently, he's taken on the trait of inside forwards, taking stupid shots from long range, despite us playing welcome ball into the box as a team instruction, so that's good to see. Alright then. Maybe that's enough of Coutinho now. Let's move Mane back out onto the left as an inside forward, suits him a bit better. Bring on Oxlade-Chamberlain, play him as a winger. And last attacking change is either Milner or Firmino, and since we just bought on Sturridge, I could possibly play Firmino as a shadow striker. I might go for that, but I would be risking his alright, I'm risking two players injuries at the moment, but we do desperately need the win to keep up with City. Can't afford. I'm gonna quickly change. This is a bit too attacking for my liking, but I want to see something. Was he on when he's on ball-winning midfield on defend? Oh, I think I forgot. Alright, when he's supposed to be on defend, he's supposed to be marking the opposition here as well. The position, because, you know, obviously we can get exposed quite easily. Me doing this right now is probably not going to help us. We might get exposed, but it's just gotten to that stage of the game where we need to gamble. I'm going to give it a little bit longer and then go into overload. We need a win and we need to nick it at the end of the game. Alright, let's hope we don't get caught out. Take more risks. Let's try pass into space as well. Bit risky, but let's exploit the flanks. Let's see what that can get us. Hopefully not conceding. Having said that, there's a highlight before we even made the changes. This is going to be in our favour. Chan, please tell us we score so I can shut off overload. Alright, we're on the counter. Why are we not running? It's 4v4, boys. Put some pressure on. We're running at defence now. Mane, Sturridge. What can he do? Holds it up, but he does okay. Chamberlain's on the ball. We just need good delivery. Can he find someone in the box? Loses out to Fuchs instead, and he just sort of stands there contemplating him being attacked. And suddenly, Leicester are the ones on attack instead. But thankfully, we outnumbered Vardy. We need to stop him before anyone comes in. That's a good tackle. But Wallace, we need you back in position because Vardy is taking yours. And Mahrez tries to find Vardy, but Alberto Moreno's there to cut it out. And Mane's on the attack again. Let's be a bit smarter with our play, boys. Not like that. Gray's on the ball for his team. Are Leicester going to punish us for our attacking? Vardy's on it. He's going to do it. Yes, he can. That wasn't even us being attacking. That was just us being stupid. With Jorginho putting one hell of a stupid ball there. I mean, Firmino's there calling for it as well. He's played it to Gray with Chamberlain nowhere near enough, and I mean, look at that. That's too easy. Barter and Wallace are insisting it's offside, but if you ask me, how do we rewind a bit? I don't want to like come in and whatever, man. He didn't look offside. Is my point. We are in trouble. Alright, then let's skip that. Yes, definitely proceed with it because we need the goal now and not even to win it. It looks like we're going to have our first loss of the season though, and that is disappointing. 2 back-to-back losses. My players have failed to recover mentally from their failures against Atletico Madrid, and Leicester punished us for being a bit too attacking. They have deserved it though. 2 clear-cut chances. They've had a fair decent amount of shots on target. But yeah, player morale must have really taken a serious hit. And fair play to Leicester, who've gotten their win, and we did not capitalise on City dropping points. Instead, we've dropped even more points, and the gap between ourselves and City stays as is. The good news is though that we're still within a shout for Champions League football. It's still, of course, very early in the season as well, but it would have been nice to set out a title challenge already. But we'll have to recover from this, and we have to recover quickly. Hopefully, with the players that are coming back, a lot of our players who are injured are recovering. We've got Sturridge and Firmino, the only ones who have small knocks. They'll be coming back within a couple of days' time themselves. A bit of a international break will do us some good too. Klein's the only serious long-term injury, 5 weeks to 2 months. Lallana's a bit of a serious one too, 3 weeks to 6 weeks, and hopefully he can come back in time to take over Marco as well. That's kind of it. I think we've covered just about everything. Maybe we can talk about when we'll be next. So we'll be showing you a game from October. Question is which one. We've got Brighton, Bayern, Bournemouth, City and Everton. We don't want to show you any cup competitions, so you can consider Bayern and City out of the competition, I suppose, until we actually meet our expectations. Doesn't make sense. We want to show you the Premier League. We've got Brighton, Bournemouth and Everton. My best bet is that Everton's going to be the tougher game, and of course there's a derby as well, so I'll show you that Everton game there, just a couple games time rather. Brighton, Bayern, Bournemouth, City, and we'll be back with Everton, and hopefully we can win that derby, since we failed to beat United early in the season, what was a crazy game as well. So but yeah, we need to try and turn some of these reds into greens here until we meet Everton. And maybe we can help Everton get relegated. I don't think any other Liverpool fan or a Liverpool fan would love anything more than that, in truth. But anyways, I think that's all for today's episode. So if you did enjoy it, then of course please do hit the like button and subscribe for more daily Football Manager 2018 content. And as always guys, thank you all for watching.